Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Fiers, Femme, Shamika, whichever one you want to call me. And today I want to talk about forgiveness and just like forgiving yourself, forgiving others, and how much it, impacts your life. For me, forgiveness was a big deal. I mean, it took me a minute, but I finally get it. Forgiving is... It's good to forgive other people, but you also have to learn to forgive yourself for some things that you have done in your past. Maybe that you wouldn't necessarily do where you are right now in your current state, or the things that you did yesterday or a week ago. You got to give yourself grace, because as you're growing, we all grow at different rates. We all gonna do things that we're gonna look back on and say, oh, that was dumb. If I could go back and shake myself, because I know I say that to myself all the time. I'm just like, dang, if I could go back to that time when I was like mad at that guy for nothing, then I would go over there and just shake her. I think I was telling somebody that yesterday. Like, I would definitely go shake myself, when I was crying over an ex-boyfriend when I was like 21. But all those lessons, all those chapters in your life are what I just said. They're lessons. They're things that are going to help you grow. And especially if you're the type of person that's like trying to learn from each chapter in your life. Just know that you're doing enough that you can do now. And if you feel like you can do more, that's because your higher self, your person, the you in the future in your head, if I could explain it that way, is basically telling you can do more. You can give more to yourself. You can be a better person. And so I started off trying my best to get out of mental anguish for like a while now. It's been more than 5 years. But when I first lost my brother, my cousin, he got shot and everything. It took me at least 5 years to actually mourn him. I don't know what it was. Like, I just kept holding on to the grief. And I think it kind of propelled me into a fog of just like keep going and don't really face it. And that did not help the situation. I feel like sometimes when we go through these devastating moments, especially in the U.S., like, we have to keep going. We have to keep paying our bills. We have to keep taking care of our kids. And it spirals, and your mental health takes the brunt of it. You know what I mean? And sometimes it comes out in other ways where you're like yelling at people and don't know how to deal with your personal emotional stuff going on. You just try to point fingers. But I'm learning that many things that I have done in my life were my choices. They were my choices, and they have led me to where I'm sitting right now in this situation. Like, every path we take is gonna lead you somewhere. It's gonna lead you where you're supposed to be, which we don't know. I really believe that there's things that we're supposed to do, and if it's supposed to be for you, you will get on that path regardless of what you're trying to do. It's gonna happen for you. But each path, even though it's gonna lead you to the same place, it has a different I'm trying to find a word, it's gonna have a different solution, or a different path. Each path is leading you to a different area, which would then in turn lead you to where you're supposed to be. So while I was sitting in bed, sick and everything, I had nothing to do but think about my choices, the things I have done, the people I've been around, just thinking back on things and situations that I was in that, like, my mom would be like, why was you over there? You know what I'm saying? Like, just things I used to put myself into that I had no business being into. And even, being mad at certain people for no reason. I wouldn't say I don't hold grudges. I'm just the type of person, like, if you do something to me once, I don't live by a three time rule. I usually cut you out of my life, and I'm quick to cut people off. If you family, I'll probably give you like 3 chances just because you blood. But everybody else, I'm quick to cut them off. And I started to analyze why that was. Why I would do that to people and why I never gave people grace. And I feel like I started to recognize that, you know, my mom was always there, but I didn't grow up with my father. And so I think it was more like, I'm going to abandon you before you abandon me. And I had to learn to forgive that side of myself. You know, not trusting. I'm still dealing with trusting men, but I wanted to forgive myself for not giving people grace. Just because of my past experiences with that. And I've learned to give myself grace with anything. Like, many of us don't like things that we have in our body, or like, we don't like the way our face is shaped, or our profile. You know, you're gonna have something you don't like about yourself. And after just sitting there, like, just not being able to sleep and everything, I realized that I'm beautiful. Like, no, legitly, you have to look at yourself and say, like, I'm beautiful. There's nothing wrong with me. You have everything you need. If you look around, you have everything you need, you know? I always have to go back to people not having what they would love to have, like people who live on the street and stuff like that. Yes, we might want more, but life doesn't always give you everything you want at the same time. You have to earn that. I really believe you have to earn that, and you have to show that, you know, you're going to take care of these things. Some people, they get it faster than others, and sometimes I don't look at famous people in that way, because then you'll hear them saying like they have mental health issues and this and that. So sometimes a lot of times I feel like we need to focus on our own journeys and where we're going, and how we can learn from any type of situation. Anything that we may deem as a difficult season is actually to help us grow and to bloom into like a wonderful, beautiful, grounded tree or grounded person. So yes, forgiveness is the key. I was very depressed at one point. I was very mentally drained. I didn't know if I was ever going to come out of that. And honestly, I could tell you nowadays, I just feel good. Like, I just feel clear. That's the only way I could put it. Like, my mind is clear. I don't really have too many thoughts per se on like negative thoughts. I just love the way I'm feeling these days, and I'm so happy. Good thoughts, good feelings, and I just want everybody to feel like that. I feel like there's so many distractions, so many things that take us off of our paths. And if you're dealing with people that are not positive in your life and they don't bring good things to you, it's okay to cut those ties. It's okay to let those people go, with love and light, of course, you know. But just choose you before anything. Choose your health, choose your mental health, you know. Don't push yourself to do more than you can do what you can, and love on yourself. You know, life is not promised. I learned that in 2007 when my cousin got shot. Life is not promised. You know, you could see somebody today and tomorrow they're no longer here, you know? And you just have to think like, okay, what is my life's purpose? What is my life about? What am I trying to make my legacy about? We all have legacies. Okay, like the steps that you take in life, the people that you touch in life, that is your legacy. They will always remember how you treated them. So I try my best to treat people like they treat me. And I try my best to treat people with care and love, because that's what I want. I want care and love. I want people to just appreciate me for good things. And we don't always have to be up under each other or anything like that. We just have to show grace. And with grace, I say like humility. Have humility. Forgive others. Forgive yourself. Because we're not perfect. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect. And I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. This is going to be short, but I just wanted to really, really come on here and say, don't be afraid to forgive yourself for past things. and things that are going on now. Life is very difficult. It's very difficult. It's very trying. There's a lot of single mothers out there, a lot of single fathers out there, a lot of people dealing with their sexuality and different things like that. There will come a day when you'll be smiling and talking about your testimony. There's a lot of people who are going through what I was going through, TSW. There's a lot of people going through cancer. You know, you can beat it. You can fight it. You just really have to believe. Look at the sun coming out. You have to really believe that you can beat whatever is trying to defeat you. That's what I had to do. I had to really call on God and say, I trust you. I trust you to take me through my healing. And now that I'm healing, I want instant gratification of like a job, you know. But I just keep having this calling to speak to you guys on this screen. And I don't know if this is gonna even do anything, but I know it's doing something. It's lifting me up. So I hope it lifts you up, because this is just things like I would sit down and have full-on conversations with myself about. And so, you know, I hit play. So just like forgive yourself for things that you might do that you sometimes look back on and you're like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? I don't like that I did that. I don't like my butt. I don't like my breasts. I don't like, you know, I'm not gonna name out some stuff that I still have problems with, but I learned to embrace myself, embrace all facets of me, and forgive anything that I felt like I could have did better, because we can't rewind time. All we could do is move forward and be better. So thank you for watching my video of me just ranting, but I love it out here. It's so nice. You should try to like sit outside a little bit if you have a backyard. Just sit in the backyard. You know, I'm sitting on a yoga mat and I just feel really good, and I'm gonna do some stretching and just soak up the sun a little bit before I go back in. Because before you know, it's going to be winter. And I feel like the winter season is going to be freezing. So I want to make sure I get enough sunlight out here, sitting outside, and just enjoying it. Thank you guys for watching my video. Thank you guys for supporting me. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody sending me positive vibes. I send it back to you. And wherever you are, have a good morning, have a good evening, have a good night, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.